My name is Nubazila Maisara and I will present about the introduction. In Latin and Greek, government means to show or to direct or to guide, which means the government obligation to control the country's society. Government is important to the country as it acts as the agency or machinery comprising the entire network of local organizations and appointed individuals responsible for policy executions.
Okay, next, I will continue the presentation. What is federalism? Federalism is a number of usually separate or autonomous political units mutually agree to merge together to create single sovereign central government while retaining themselves some degree of guaranteed regionally autonomy, said Dishkit in 1975.
Hello, my name is Dan Safan and I will continue the presentation. Okay, now I want to talk about the history of the federalism. Okay. Federalism was introduced to Malaysia by Great Britain. Did you know our country adopts many administration systems from the late Great Britain, such as the federalism and the Westminster court system? The first traces of Malaysia federalism was in the Federation of Malaya Treaty. This 1948 treaty revested Malaya kings with a certain degree of power and position. It also separated the power between the state and the federal government. And lastly, the official or the real implementation of the federal government are after Malaya got its independence. I want to talk about the future of the federalism. The first feature would be the constitution and the supreme law. Firstly, federal countries require supreme law called constitution. For your information, every country needs a supreme law to prevent abuse of power, resource exploitation, and others. So supreme law is important to become a guidance. It will guide the country to distribute power fairly and equally. The constitution also will provide equality to the citizen. Regarding Article 8, Clause 1 of the Malaysia Federal Constitution, defines that all citizens are equal under the rule of law. Last but not least, the constitution is flexible for important changes. So why it need to be changed? The changes proposed to accommodate any type of situation, scenario, and technological advance.
Okay, next, I will continue to present about the features of federalism in Malaysia, which are range of activities. In Malaysia, the division of power between the federal government and the state government is stipulated in the provisions of the federal constitutions. There are three lists in the ninth schedule of the federal constitution which distribute this power, namely List 1, Federal List, which contains 27 jurisdictions in the constitution. Next, List 2, which is State List, which contains 12 jurisdictions in the constitutions. Then List 3, which is Concurrent List, which contains 18 jurisdictions.
I will continue the presentation. In Malaysia, there are three types of government, which are federal, state, and local government. In federal, we have two houses. It is the House of Senate as an upper house, and the Senate has 20 members with 44 senators appointed by the king and 26 senators chosen by 30 state legislative. Next is his out of representative. The power based on the Article 44 of the Constitution of Malaysia. The House has 222 elected members. Each member serves 5 years before being replaced by a general election. Next, state government. All the 13 states follow the Westminster Parliament system. Each state has a unicameral state legislature except for Sabah and Sarawak, limited native judiciary power. Next features is every state has its own law. The Malaysia Constitution empower the Nation Assembly to establish state law. For state without hereditary monarch, the majority party in each legislative form the state government, and also majority party leader become the chief minister. State legislative cover the state list such as land, Sharia law.
The last feature of the federalism is the interrelationship between federal and state government. First is the using concept of need each other. This concept of need each other is like an organ that require other organ to cooperate to make the body stay healthy and functional. But in this case, the organ are the states and the federal government, while the body represent the country. Number two, the basic relationship was a mutual assistance between the two states. The two governments will be working together for the master school.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Muhammad Akbar Zahad Berosni from AM1104H. Alright, firstly I want to talk about the strength of federalism in Malaysia. Firstly, the first point for the strength of federalism in Malaysia is to ensure that the government stay in touch with the people. The state administration claims to be more in line with the daily needs and aspiration of the community, especially in small and isolated community. Right. Secondly, the next point for the strength of federalism in Malaysia is to encourage decentralized and disciplined national development and provide a distinctive and inventive approach to social, economic, and political issues.
To present about the weakness of the federalism. The weakness of federalism is it is vital to have overlap and a duplication of service and office holders at the regional and federal levels. When a duplication of service and overlap happen, there will be a waste of money, time and manpower used to deliver the same services to the public. By having a duplication of service, the change of policy contradicting policies in various areas of the country might be happen. For number 2, local state jurisdictions encompass a wide variety of activities. Nevertheless, there is sometimes absence of uniform policy on many topics of common or national concern.
And enumerates the federal and state government's responsibilities. It also established the division of authority among the various levels of government.